Before you start an AI business or AI based business, or you want to integrate AI within whatever you're doing, you absolutely need to understand key concept. I mean, those key concepts are the key to whatever is going on, and that will explain to you, what AI is really all about, basically. It's funny because nobody is talking about those things. I mean, it's like everyone is excited, is in this hype moment of AI, and we always forget the foundations of what we're dealing with, basically, on a practical basis. So let's just jump in, and as usually it's the case, I will put myself aside here. So there we go. So what's the first concept, the first idea that I wanted to expose you to? And the first idea is the foundation of the economy is trust. I know you will say it's nothing to do with the AI. You're talking more about the economy than the AI itself. Well, you see, at its core, the economy isn't about money. It's about exchange. Exchange only happens when there's trust between humans or a group of humans. And you see, all businesses, AI or not, are built on a foundation of trust, not just tech. And AI, it's a technology, it's a tool. It's here to enhance whatever you're doing. It's here to augment whatever you are. It's here to automate whatever needs to be automated or could be automated. But very often, and I see it, over and over again, all those startups or those businesses, they will say, "Oh, well, AI will change everything." No, 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 they will not. They will not. Economy is still economy. I mean, if you, a lot of people will say, "Yeah, but AI will replace human, and will have exchange between having an exchange between human and human. It will be between one AI entity and another AI entity." Okay, well, in this case, you will have a completely automated system. It's not going to be an economy. It's going to be an automated system that runs something in the background. That said, if that will be the case, we humans, creative as we are, we're going to invent something, a layer beyond that, where we still will have to exchange, value, goods or services that probably that automated system will not be able to provide between humans. So the foundation, I mean, the core concept, the core foundational concept of the economy could not be changed. If not, it's not going to be economy. It's going to be completely automated system, and obviously we're not going to just let AI run by itself without checking it, without any controls or anything else. I mean, it will make absolutely no sense whatsoever. So the core foundations of what we are and the economy itself will not change. That's for sure. That's why I'm saying, what's money? Money is just a medium of exchange. The core idea here is the economy is just an exchange of services and product, exchange of value between humans, and all of that is based on trust. So that, just keep that concept in your mind, and you will see where I'm going with that. So the second idea is that AI is not the value. You are. What do I mean by that? AI doesn't replace your value. It just amplifies it. AI could educate, AI could automate, and AI could let you scale whatever you're doing. But you bring the vision, you bring the emotional intelligence and the authentic relationship that you create with other humans. AI cannot, it could mimic, obviously, it could pretty much do a lot of things, but AI cannot build authentic relationship because it's an automated system. I mean, I understand that AI is something new, and this is kind of the first time that we experience a system that could synthesize information. And by doing that, AI obviously can mimic emotions, even all of those human aspects. But on a very core level, you have to understand that our thoughts, our emotions, our reactions, on a very basic level, all of that could be kind of, if we go down on the dimensional aspect, all of that are basically mathematical or geometrical patterns, and that's what AI could replicate and mimic and even synthesize and even mix together to create a lot of things. But all of that, it cannot be related to a genuine relationship that you have with other humans. And you see all the strategic decisions, the deep understanding of human needs, the emotional nuances. That's not the AI's job, it's yours. That said, AI could detect some aspects. AI could help you understand some emotional aspect of human. AI could interpret it, maybe even on some level better than you are, because we're limited in our five senses. But it's up to you to take decisions on those emotional nuances, to pretty much understand on a much deeper level the human needs that AI will not be able to do, basically. So that's the second concept. Third concept: start with the human first. You have to ask yourself, who are you serving? What do they trust, the people that you're serving? What problems are they emotionally or practically struggle with? And also understand the human dynamics before thinking AI solution. Whatever you're doing, whatever you could, maybe you produce a product, maybe you produce a service, maybe you just provide value to other people. It doesn't really matter. You have to understand the human dynamic, the human aspect behind it, because the exchange that you're gonna do with other humans are emotional beings. They take emotional decisions and then they rationalize it with, or objectivize it with rational aspects, and they try to support it. But on a very fundamental level, basically all humans, including myself, I'm not perfect, we all take decisions on a pretty much emotional level. So what needs to be understood is what, who you're serving, who you really serve, and what level of trust are you creating, basically. That's really the fundamentals of any business at this point. And when AI will come, it will be even more important, because AI will take away all the execution. The only thing that will be left is the human aspects that probably on some level could not really be automated by itself. So that's the third idea. The fourth idea: AI is the new infrastructure for education and support. You could use AI to educate clients, custom knowledge bases, support bots, interactive training, all those things. You could also use it to educate yourself, like use AI as a mentor, teacher, ideation partner, something like that. And you could also use AI to save time, do all those, meeting summarization, automation, content generation, all those things that we're already doing on some level. And that's really important one. But don't confuse infrastructure with value creation. Again, AI is really good at the execution, really good at execution, really good at copying whatever needs to be copied, even mixing copy with another copy, but that doesn't mean it will create value. I mean, you will have to create value. So AI considered more as the new infrastructure for everything that needs to be done. And, the value creation, it's up to you basically. The fifth concept, authenticity is your new brand. So you see, we're in the world flooded with fake. Well, is it fake or not fake? It's up to you to debate. But with fake generic AI content, or basically, highly polished AI content. Your authenticity, your voice, your personal connections, and the real, that's the real differentiator basically. That's the real dominator, the real aspect that will differentiate yourself from everything else, including AI. Again, authenticity, your voice or your personality, and also the personal connection that you have with other people. That's the one thing that will kind of distinguish you from everyone else. And you have to understand also that people buy based on emotions, resonance, and trust, not just features. That's something that is crucial. I mean, it's really crucial. If you do a psychoanalysis, and I know some marketing companies or companies that do commercial analysis, they will do psychoanalysis and a lot of those things. A lot of the decisions of buying a service or a product is based on basically on emotions. And then people will try to rationalize, will try to objectivize, and even CEOs and that's something that is kind of funny. The first time that I discovered that, even because I was helping CEOs, even CEOs that managing or they're responsible for multi-billion-dollar corporations, they will make major. I'm talking about decisions that will cost maybe $500 million, maybe $600 million. They will make decisions based on their emotions, and then they have an army of analysts that will support that decision with a bunch of rational things, with graphs, with analysis and everything that goes with. And it looks credible, but the guy just made a decision based on his feelings, which is basically his emotions. That's really funny. But just let you know that we very often, and I see all those startups, they kind of neglect the part. They focus so much on features and our technology is the best and our product is the best. Yeah, but they always very often neglect the emotional aspect of somebody that will make a decision to buy the product or service or not. I mean, that's crucial. That's a deadly mistake, and they make it like all the time, even today. Despite all the information that we have, despite all the data that we have, despite everything, even if we ask AI, how humans will make decisions of buying or not buying a product, specific product or service, even AI will tell you that most of the decisions that humans makes are based on emotions, are based on trust, which again it's an emotionally based feeling. So it is what it is. Sixth concept, the new economy equal AI by multiplied by human integrity. Why do I mean by that? Think of business as a hybrid model. AI is equal leverage, and you equal direction, relationship, and identity. You see, the formula itself is not AI replacing human. I mean, but AI scaling, scaling aligned humans. It's basically it's an AI. You have to understand one thing: AI it's an augmentation tool. AI is not here to replace human. Yeah, some things will be automated. Some mundane jobs will disappear. In the same way they disappeared when internet appeared. I mean, internet that created connections between each of one of us. And actually, with internet, we had a bunch of applications that were developed. And yeah, I mean, literally, a lot. People don't remember very often, but internet, a lot of people lost their job because of internet. We've been able to connect people in the way we haven't been able to connect before. But you see, even the internet is an augmentation tool. AI it's an augmentation tool. But humans are humans, and obviously, when I say the new economy is basically AI with human integrity, and that's what's create a pretty much very aligned, very aligned, space basically for humans to thrive. Doesn't mean that there won't be some bad players that will use AI in their self-interest without any integrity. But this is something that people will see more and more. It will be evident because I mean, AI has such a huge leverage, has such a huge power. So people will see almost immediately if somebody acts without integrity. Okay, so next, the seventh concept, and that's basically it's not really a concept. It's more about how to start with this mindset, basically. Um, you know, I wanted to give you a couple of examples of what you could do or what it's all about, basically. Let's say if you're a coach, obviously, you could use AI to deliver educational content. Focus on emotional support plus transformation. If you're in finance, you could use AI to crunch data, and you will have to focus on client trust and on transparency, basically. If you are in health or medical sector, use AI to suggest options. But you as human, you have to focus on human touch and on the follow-ups, basically. So you see, it's kind of AI is here to complement you. It's not here to replace you or replace you with robots. That's not the idea here. I mean, the idea is to complement you, and with that being even more powerful, that you're going to be even more powerful than ever before. And it applies to any sector of the economy. That's something that is kind of will be in any sector. It will be universal. Okay, so the next concept is, you see, your strategy is more valuable than any tool. Yeah, it's a tool. Tools will keep evolving, basically. What matters is your thinking framework. And I'll always say that, internet is a tool, AI is another tool that runs on top of internet. It's just another layer. But you are the director, you see, and whatever will happen, whatever you have a business or a career, or even with your personal life, it's all about the thinking framework. And AI without direction, to be honest with you, if you just let AI unchecked, it will just be noise, basically. And a clear human-centered strategy, if you put on top of it trust and also consistency, all of that will give you basically unbeatable combo. Strategy, trust. Again, very important, trust. I started this stream with trust, basically. Strategy, trust, and consistency. Showing up every day, whatever you're doing. I mean, it's all about consistency, So if you have those three aspects, strategy, trust, and consistency, you're going to be unbeatable. I mean, whatever you're doing, doesn't matter what you're doing. I mean, with some very small exceptions, but in whatever sector you are, you're gonna be thriving in a way you never thrived before, and that will be kind of amazing. So on that's it for today. So I will put myself in that in center. Here we go. So if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, put them in the comment section, and please put some likes, subscribe if it's not already the case. And you know what? I will see you in the next one.